Burkina Faso is undergoing a radical transformation. Under the leadership of Captain Ibrahim Traoré, agriculture is taking center stage in the country's development efforts. While other sectors might grab headlines, the farms, fields, and the hands that till the soil are driving Burkina Faso's resurgence. In today's video, we'll deeply dive into some of the most transformative agricultural projects under Traoré's leadership. From an $8 million tomato processing facility to gifting farmers tractors and motor pumps for mechanized farming, these projects are more than just developments, they're seeds of a new future for Burkina Faso. Let's get started with the most prominent of them all. 4. The $8 million tomato processing facility. One of the most significant steps in Ibrahim Traoré's agricultural agenda is constructing an $8 million tomato processing facility. Despite being agriculturally rich, Burkina Faso has long been a net importer of processed tomato products like sauces and pastes. This factory is set to reverse that trend by adding value to locally grown tomatoes and reducing the dependency on foreign imports. Notably, the facility is designed to process thousands of tons of tomatoes annually, transforming them into paste, sauces, and other byproducts for local consumption and export. The total investment is $8 million, funded by the Burkinabe government and supplemented by international development partners. Besides, the facility is set to be operational by late 2024, with construction and equipment setup already in advanced stages. Furthermore, this project directly addresses a national need, reducing Burkina Faso's reliance on imported tomato products by processing tomatoes domestically. Burkina Faso imports over 20,000 tons of tomato paste every year. Thus, once completed, the facility is expected to reduce that by up to 50% within the first year. Also, over 500 direct jobs and many more indirect jobs are expected, primarily in rural areas. Besides, farmers will have a reliable buyer for their tomatoes, encouraging them to plant more and utilize modern techniques to increase yields. 3. Mechanization of agriculture. In 2024, Captain Ibrahim Traoré took bold step to modernize Burkina Faso's agriculture by gifting tractors and motor pumps to small and medium-scale farmers. This move is part of a larger vision to mechanize farming, reduce labor intensity, and boost productivity. The initiative includes the distribution of 500 tractors and 1,000 motor pumps across the country, targeting farming communities heavily dependent on traditional farming methods. The total cost of the mechanization project is estimated at $20 million, sourced from government funds and development aid from international partners. Notably, equipment distribution began in early 2024, with plans to fully deliver by the end of the year. Mechanizing agriculture is critical for Burkina Faso, where 70% of the population relies on farming. Until now, farming has largely been done using hand tools and animal traction, limiting output and slowing down the agricultural sector's growth. A tractor can do in a day what a dozen workers would need a week to accomplish. Farmers can cultivate larger areas faster and more efficiently with this equipment. Besides, motor pumps will ensure reliable irrigation, enabling farmers to grow crops even during the dry season, making agriculture less dependent on erratic rainfall patterns. Accordingly, with the introduction of tractors, the crop yield is expected to increase by at least 30% in the first year alone. As a result, mechanized farming will lead to higher incomes for farmers, as they can produce more with less effort. Studies show that mechanization can reduce farming labor by 50%, freeing up time for farmers to focus on more high-value agricultural activities like marketing and processing. Therefore, mechanized farming will expand production, enabling Burkina Faso to become self-sufficient in staple crops like maize, millet, and sorghum. This is crucial for a country traditionally struggling with food insecurity, particularly during droughts. By enabling irrigation, the motor pumps will make agriculture a year-round activity, boosting food production and reducing poverty. 2. Promoting sustainable farming. Recognizing that water scarcity is one of the biggest challenges facing Burkina Faso, Traoré has pushed for the construction of irrigation systems in key agricultural regions. This includes building dams, reservoirs, and small-scale irrigation projects to ensure farmers can access water throughout the year. The irrigation project covers 10,000 hectares of farmland in Burkina Faso's driest regions. This involves installing solar-powered pumps, installing drip irrigation systems, and developing water storage solutions. The project is funded by $50 million in government allocations and grants from the African Development Bank and other international donors. Notably, the project is scheduled to be completed by early 2025, with several key systems already in place. Furthermore, irrigation systems are a game-changer for a country where agriculture relies on unpredictable rains. Farmers can grow crops year-round instead of just during the rainy season with irrigation. Crops will be less vulnerable to drought, ensuring more stable food production. In addition, with irrigation, agricultural productivity in Burkina Faso is projected to rise by 25% over the next 5 years. Also, Burkina Faso will be better equipped to meet the demands of its growing population, reducing the need for food aid. Burkina Faso loses over 40% of its potential agricultural yield due to insufficient water. Irrigation can help recover much of that lost productivity. Therefore, irrigation systems will make Burkina Faso's agriculture climate resilient and significantly improve food security. 1. Sustainable farming practices and organic agriculture. In addition to large-scale projects, Traoré's administration promotes sustainable farming practices and organic agriculture to ensure that agriculture remains viable in the long term. These practices include crop rotation, composting, and using natural fertilizers to protect the soil. Notably, the Sustainable Farming Initiative covers over 100,000 small-scale farmers, focusing on training them in organic farming techniques. The initiative is supported by $10 million in grants from international environmental organizations. Besides, the project will be rolled out in phases, with full implementation by 2026. Furthermore, sustainable farming practices are essential for preserving soil health, ensuring that agricultural productivity can be maintained over generations. Organic farming also opens up new export markets for high-quality, eco-friendly products. Conclusion. With a focus on processing facilities, mechanization, irrigation, and sustainable farming, Captain Ibrahim Traoré's administration is laying the groundwork for a future where Burkina Faso becomes an agricultural leader in the region. By investing in the long-term health of the agricultural sector, Traoré is not just ensuring food security but also creating jobs, boosting exports, and fostering rural development. This ambitious strategy promises to uplift millions of Burkinabe farmers, transform the country's economy, and pave the way for sustainable growth. Thanks for watching. If you loved the content, please make sure that you subscribe, like, share and comment. See you in the next one.